that there's no flat edges. Okay, take your marker again, mark it up. This blade was pretty dull when I started. I should have showed you, but then take your strop, put some buffing compound on it. This is just a board with 2 pieces of latigo leather mounted to it. Same here. You can see the black marker coming off as you tilt towards the sharp edge. On the strop it's a little rougher, and then it starts smoothing up. Hello carvers, this is Jim Red Hawk, and I'm going to show you my way of sharpening pocket knives and your carving tools. That's real simple for me. I always struggled with sharpening because everyone had a different way of doing it with stones and diamond stones. I love the diamond stones, but I found this new piece. A guy gave me a sharpening tool. It's just a flat piece of board. It's got 200 grit sandpaper on one side and 600 grit sandpaper glued to the other side. This is a fantastic tool for me, and I just love it. I'm going to show you how to use this tool. Now on your pocket knife, take a black magic marker and mark the blade on both sides. This helps you to see where you're sanding, so you don't take the blade too much of an angle. Now you want your blade and your sanding board at a slight angle, not much. You want to keep the cutting edge pretty straight. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this and show you what I'm doing. You can see where it took that black magic marker off, and there's still a little right at the very sharp edge of the blade. So I know I didn't lean too far. Can still see just a little, so I'm going to work on it a little more. Try to get all that black marker out of there, that black magic marker. Okay, got that side looking fairly good. Now we'll do the other side. You can see where it's taken the magic marker off. Now if your tool's real dull, it's going to take you a while to do this, but once you get it done, it's easy to keep them sharp. Clean the blade. What I like to do is look down the sharp edge of the blade. If it's nice and sharp, you won't be able to see any reflected light right at the very sharp edge. We're going to use the 600 side. Same thing here. You can see the little bit of black left, so I need to tilt the sandpaper just a little bit more. Okay. Now we'll go to the other side. As you start sanding, tilt it toward the blade, the sharp edge. Okay, wipe it off. Look down the edge again. It's kind of hard to see on this video, but I can see it, that there's no flat edges. Okay, take your marker again, mark it up. This blade was pretty dull when I started. I should have showed you, but then take your strop, put some buffing compound on it. This is just a board with 2 pieces of latigo leather mounted to it. Same here. You can see the black marker coming off as you tilt towards the sharp edge. You can feel the metal on the strop. It's a little rougher, and then it starts smoothing up. You'll be able to feel this after a few sharpenings. Tilt it to the other side. Same thing. Start at one angle and then start tilting the blade towards the strop to take all that black marker off. I can feel that there's a little curled edge there, just a slight one, and it's taking it off. It's smoothing up. Go the other side, strop it that way, hit it a couple times on each side, take the burrs off, and you try it on your block. Pretty sharp. Not sharp as I want it, so I'll keep working it till I get it sharp. Once you get a good edge on it, then you can come back with just the 600 grit and work it. Just a couple hits, strop it, and you're ready to go again. But if you get some dents and things in there, you have to use the 200 to take it down and get those out of there. So I'm going to hit it some more with my 600. See if I can get it a little bit sharper. I feel this side's the one that's causing the trouble. Take your marker again. Mark it up. Take your strop. I can feel that I need to put a little bit more on there. This is the blue buffing compound. Doesn't matter which kind you use. Aluminum oxide, the green buffer. You got the blue and the whites. Some are finer than the others. The green and the blue are probably my favorites. Yeah, I can feel the roughness. It's starting to smooth it off. This is my dad's old pocket knife. After he passed, I got a few of his to remind me of him. Good man. Okay, let's give it another try. Yeah, look at that. We can shave with that thing now. All the way down. Okay, that's fairly simple. Just remember, you can make your own tools here. Just get you some 200 grit and 600 grit sandpaper. Glue them to each side and you can sharpen your knives. Okay, let's go to the knife now. Our carving tools we're going to be using carving our projects. We'll start on this knife here, the whittling, or the flex cut. It's pretty sharp already. Got a nice edge on it. But as you cut on the board, you can tell which, slide your blade, see which part needs sharpened. This is where I use my knife the most, right in that area, so it's a little dull. Been cutting cottonwood bark with it, so it's not super sharp, but it looks pretty good. See, I'm not afraid of messing up my blade, so I'll just go ahead and cover this with black marker. Now this one's pretty sharp, so I won't use the 200 side. I'll use the 600. Just laying it flat on that blade. see how flat that was. It just took that marker right off there. See, I'll start right here. You can see it taking it off as I lower the sharpening. And I look straight down the blade, see if there's any flat spots. If you don't have any flat spots on there that need sharpened, you won't be able to see the end of the blade. You'll just be able to very catch it. A little tip there is reflecting a little, but it's going to come out when I strop it. So we do the same thing with the strop. Give it a good mark. Take your strop, start laying it down. You can see where the blade hadn't been touched, the black part. Go ahead and strop the magic marker off there, keeping your knife good and flat and your strop good and flat against the stone or against the blade. See where it's taking it off? That's the rough side. The blade was a little curled up there from sharpening. I can feel it taking that off. Now we come back to the other side. Couple hits this side. Okay, that's all there is to that. Oh yeah, that's much better. You can take paper thin cuts with this now. When you have a sharp knife, you enjoy carving a whole lot more. Okay, let's give a V-tool a try. It's the same principle. Just take your magic marker, mark the blade, just like that. If your blades are already good and sharp, you can use the 600 side to straighten them out. But if you got a damaged one, you can use this 200 grit to take the metal down pretty quick, but keep it flat. See how that's doing? I'm taking just a little, and as I sand it, I tilt the sandpaper towards the end of the blade just slightly. You don't want to take too much metal off. Go around the point there. Start on this side again. See, I'm just taking just the edge off. Just like that. And as I hit it, it's a nice looking blade. Same thing here. Remark your blade. Now we take our strop with some compound on it. See the same thing happening here. Just buff it. You get all the marks and do about 10 strokes, keeping everything nice and flat. Right there on the edge. See there where the buffer hit. Now this may take you a little while to learn this, but once you've learned it, oh man, it makes carving so much easier. You don't have to spend so much time sharpening your tool. Looks pretty nice. Oh yeah. You can go across grain up at the top here. You know she's good and sharp. See how smooth that cut is? That's what you're after. Nice smooth cuts. Now you can see down in the cut there's a little bit of roughness down in there. So we need to hit the end just a little bit more with the buffer. Now on my strop, before I put compound on my leather, I cut a groove in there with my tool to make it fit perfect. Then you can just strop that right through there to get that tip. There was for my smaller one, my 1/8 and my 1/4. Did the same for the little gouges. Oh yeah, that's a nice clean cut now. Just takes a little stropping. And as you carve, maybe every 5 minutes, strop your tool, keeping them buffed, keep them sharp. That's the secret of good tools, keeping them buffed at all times. Now this is one of my bigger scoop gouges. It's a little rough, so I'm going to do the same thing with this tool. Now you may not have understood at the beginning, but as you watch me sharpen some of these, you'll get the hang of it. Now this tool also was pretty sharp, so I'm going to use the 600 side again. You can see where it takes that black marker off. Just tilt the blade a little further. See, I went too far. Now we're right on the money. Go work your way around, keeping that sanding block nice and flat with the tool. Can round right around there. Now if you have some rough edges back here where you sharpened it before, you can use that to smooth them off. I do like my tools with a little bit of a rounded edge. I don't like them digging in like some guys do, but everyone has their own preferences. Take your strop again, drop that baby up, going around the blade. Let me mark that again so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is fun when you got sharp tools. Wood carving is extremely fun. Takes your mind off everything. So you can see where I sharpened it. The black marker is taken away. And if you strop them all the time while you're carving, they will stay nice and sharp for you. Get the cut on that's nice and clean. Nice clean cut. That way you can go down in and come back up. Get you some bowl type cuts. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go to my website, redhawkoriginals.com, and email me any questions you like. Thank you very much and have a good day carving. Bye-bye.